Well, hello everyone, I'm Yeti from BU4U Gaming, and today we are back in Aviary Attorney. So, we have one destination left, which is of course the Palais Royal, which is the destination of tomorrow's match. So, let's see what we can find out here. The Palais Royal, just look at that disgusting den of fat cat, bourgeois and hypocritical politicians. The king is probably in there as we speak. Probably sitting in his high chair, stuffing his bloated face with cake and wine, while he boasts about being the perfect citizen king. Did you come here just to moan about the king? No, I've come to assess the potential battleground. On the day of the rebellion, I might order Piero to set up a barricade over there. What do you think? There? Right outside the Palais Royal? Of course. It's the perfect place for a defensive garrison. We can gather furniture from nearby buildings, build a wall, and position rifles to fend off the police. When the time is right, it will serve as the ideal location to launch our assault on the palace. So you weren't just throwing empty words in the tavern, you actually do intend on dragging the king out of the palace through violence. Of course, he will never abdicate on his own volition. It's not as if I want to see bloodshed, Falcon. It's necessary. It's inevitable. I mean, we have to be realistic. There is no way to bring change to a country without using violence, is there? I think there are ways. People look back on the violent moments of history, the executions, the wars, the bloody revolutions, but who's to say that a country could not be overturned just through the chants of the people? A pacifist revolution? Interesting. I would love for such a thing to be possible. Maybe. It would be better to avoid building the barricades, at least until it's clear that violence is inevitable. That's good. That's a good compromise, madame. Ooh boy. Okay. February 14th, Monday. This is it, Falcon. This is the day we make our stand. Everything is coming together. As we speak, Fontaine is gathering the protesters at the Place de la Concorde. Piero is making preparations to build and arm a barricade near the Palais Royal. Just as a precaution, you understand. The only question that remains is, are you ready? Absolutely. Bring on the revolution, I say. That's the spirit. Come on, let's see how the protest is going. Falcon and Beaumont arrive at the Place de la Concorde. The air is thick with the chants, shouts, and cheers of hundreds of protesters. A line of mounted soldiers stands shoulder to shoulder outside the entrance to Tuileries. This is amazing. I had no idea the Second Republic had this many supporters. But of course, you didn't think that we were just a few animals huddling in a cave, did you? The desire for revolution runs deep in the city. Everything's in place at the Palais Royal, ma'am. Just say the word and we'll set up the biggest barricade you've ever seen. Then we can all storm the building and drag that cocky king out of his chair. There's been a change of plan. We're still going to protest, but we're going to do it peacefully. No firing from behind barricades, no violence, no capturing the king or prime minister. Madame, are you feeling all right? Quite all right, thank you. But what of your desire for a better France? You cannot achieve that without bloodshed. We can certainly try. Falcon convinced me. Falcon? Pacifism seems like the Christian approach, wouldn't you say, Friar? I'm pretty sure he doesn't agree. I see, so that's how it is. Excuse me, madame. I think the Friar disapproves of the new strategy. He probably thinks I've gone soft, and maybe I have. But I'm not deviating from this path, even if each and every rebel leaves my side. Don't worry, ma'am. You aren't alone. We are not here for the violence, madame. As long as you strive for a better France, we'll always stand with you. Ugh, this stupid bullet wound. The damn thing's opened up again. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The mademoiselle refuses to use violence. She's turned timid. Turned timid? How? It appears that the lawyer, Falcon, is something of a lion tamer. JJ Falcon? That bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster, I swear. Brother, listen. If there's no violence, then there will be no power gap. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess we'll have to follow through with our contingency strategy. I'll find the victim, you find the suspect. Don't push yourself, brother. You're still injured. Look at those scum. Foul vermin, the lot of them. Mark my words, Sparrowson. Every one of these petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence. They don't look too violent to me. Trust me, this is just how the crowd looked before the July Revolution. It only takes one crazed individual and the entire crowd will explode into a frenzy. Hey, it's you! Friar, it's good to see you again. No time for pleasantries, Inspector. You're needed urgently on the Place de la Concorde. Me? Why not ask one of the officers on active guard duty? There's no time to explain. Any minute now. Ah! Do you hear that gunshot? It's already begun. Come on, Inspector. We must make haste. Inspector, I really don't think you should be trusting this friar. He's a two-faced wolf. Ramos has provided me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment. But Inspector, this isn't up for discussion, Sparrowson. I have a duty to uphold. Stay put. I'll be back in no time at all. But... What should I do now? A gunshot! It was nearby too. So the friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability. We haven't reached that stage yet, madame. I can't afford to take chances. Not now. Piero, march the crowd to the Palais Royal and construct a barricade. Yes, madame. Fontaine, Falcon, we are going to find the source of this disturbance. It came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry. I'm moving as fast as these old legs will... Mon Dieu! A body! This woman must have been the target of the gunshot we just heard, but I don't see a shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector? Falcon? Well, I should have known that the Viridian killer would have had a part in this. Inspector, I'm not. What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Madame, thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air, when all of a sudden this brute of a police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel." He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. What is this nonsense? What are you prattling on about, friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. It hardly surprises me that a member of the police would be the one to cast the first stone. I think we're all being a little rash. Let's just take a breath, examine the situation and... Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Tell me, were you the policeman who killed the rat at Les Halles too? Les Halles? What are you talking about? 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There is no way that is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? I really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. But open your damn eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me mademoiselle, or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you right here and now. Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. Madame, I know this man. His name is Inspector Volerti. He's ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Oh, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I listened to you, I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. Well, I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort this invalid to Pierrot's barricade. I'll decide his fate there. With pleasure, madame. Come along, Inspector. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. There's no way that this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot this far away from the police line? It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs, sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire, and there's no reason for it. Well, there's no use dawdling. Help me get the corpse off the streets. Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agree that this wasn't the work of Inspector Volerti, right? Then there might be some clues on the corpse that point towards what happened. An impromptu coroner's examination, eh? Fine. You have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading to the barricade, whether you're done here or not. Okay, well, we see some blood right here. Actually, looks like a handprint, right? What's this mark? It almost looks like a handprint. Yep, made in blood. Probably the mademoiselle's. I don't think so. It's the handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back. I suppose so, but if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer. It has to be. The question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did the murderer sully the hand on the girl's gunshot wound, or were they injured prior to the shooting? There's so much to uncover here, and no time for a thorough investigation. Okay, so let's see, it's a long shot, but maybe this girl is faking her injury. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse. Right. No, nothing. Okay. Everyone's been so fixated on who did this that nobody stopped to ask who this girl was. I don't know, monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another? I didn't mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one mademoiselle among the thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where did she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know, but in the long run, I don't think anybody will care. I care. I can't afford not to. I don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm going to see to it that justice is brought about for her death. This is the bullet wound, right? What can you tell me about it, Fontaine? Well, it looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the mademoiselle's back. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know its caliber. Yeah, and that makes even less sense that she was approaching a police line, right? And police was feeling threatened and then they shot her. Of course, we know that's not the case, but if you are trying to figure out what happened here and you didn't actually already know, then that would make sense. Let me guess, you're hoping that the caliber of the bullet is different to the caliber of the inspector's gun. That would conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. And as you can plainly see, the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in flesh. Oh, we can solve that. So, you need to see the bullet itself. Can't we just do something in here? Oh, we don't have that anymore. Oh boy, that's too bad. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean dig it out? I assume you have a little more experience in this area than I do. Well, you're not wrong there. Fine, this will only take a moment. I was thinking we could use that little, what was it called, Explorer extractor we found, or got earlier. Here you go, one used bullet. It looks like a standard lead rifle or pistol ball, but I'm afraid I cannot tell you its caliber. Why is that? The bullet fragmented upon impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. Still, I would guess that it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry that I can't be more specific. That's an enormous help. Thank you, monsieur. Okay, so we have a handprint, and we have the fragmented bullet now. Okay. So let's see, is there anything else we can investigate here? No, and there's nothing out here that looks like anything. Nope. I'm done here. Very good. Let's move this body off the street. Then we must hurry to the Palais Royal. Rest in peace, mademoiselle. I'll see to it that justice is done. Heh, everything's going just as planned. The madame's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal, the Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, monsieur. What do you want? I'm busy. Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know that my disguises are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him. You're Prince Juan? Indeed, and you're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the croque monsieur, and just moments ago I saw you murder a maiden at the Place de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? Yeah. As if you have any proof for any of that stuff. I'm out of here. I also know that you're one half of the Viridian killer. On any other day, I would gut you where you stand, Fox, but as it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh? The Viridian killer is too busy to kill me? Is that the truth, or is that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? Oh, hello, Monsieur Vulpes. Ah, Monsieur Sparrowson, perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian killer. This guy? He's the Viridian killer? He looks more like Judge Romulus to me. Well, you would be right about that too. Whoa, so he's two scumbags in one. Alright then. Ow! Mind the wound! Quit your whining, Your Honor. Well, very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He's something of a notorious killer after all. Of course, let's see what we've got here. Aha! Here we are. A pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find, Monsieur Sparrowson? This. An eye patch? Weird. What would this wolf want with an eye patch? Oh no, this is bad. Very bad indeed. I don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch? There's no time to explain. Mousy! What is it, Monsieur Vulpes? What is it? Take this eye patch to J.J. Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Palais Royal right now. Tell him that this belongs to Remus's brother. Hurry now. Right away, Monsieur Vulpes. Right away. I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian killer pair before something terrible happens. Wait, Monsieur Vulpes, what am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for capturing Judge Romulus. What a strange day, I must say. Outside the Palais Royal, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, pig. Confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I'll see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago, you were seen at Les Halles. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today, a friar has testified to you seeing you murder a girl, again completely unprovoked. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you are a killer. Madame Beaumont, stop! The inspector didn't shoot that, mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Madam, Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend that you hear him out. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I can convince you of this inspector's innocence. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, madame. Having my life saved by the Viridian killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise. Okay, so first of all, let's recap on what Friar Remus had to say. Wait, where is that friar? He is a key witness to this crime. He scabbard as soon as he dropped the inspector off, said he had some business to attend to. Business? Man, oh man, those barricades are looking pretty scary. But I mustn't fear, for I'm a brave duck. I'm the great Officer Beck, handsome, intelligent, strong, truly a fearless hero who will be remembered for... Hello, officer. Ah, you scared me, monsieur. Monk. Friar, actually. Friar Remus. Listen, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp and I overheard our conversation. Oh, this sounds good. Do go on. They said they were going to launch an assault very soon, and when they do, they're going to rain hellfire on the palace. Oh no, it's just as I feared. What'll we do? I love that. Well, it's simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That is the only way you can be sure to survive. Ah, total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian? Yes, so what? I don't know. It's just that your idea doesn't seem very Christian-y. Ah, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God, no overarching morality or higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There's only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight. Understand? That's an awful lot to take in. Then let me simplify. It's you or them. It's me or them. Forget about the friar, Falcon. We all remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay, I will. But you may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Sorry? Wipe what? Oh, it's you, Mousy. Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Renard Wolpers. Thank you, Mousy. What is this? An eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing. Remus's brothers? This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus. That's interesting. Where is Romulus? There's no time, monsieur. Just take it. Take it. Okay, so now we have an eye patch. I have to run, monsieur, but you have to do your best. Monsieur Vulpes and Sparrowson believe in you. Sparrowson? You've seen Sparrowson. How is he? There's no time, monsieur. Good luck. Are you quite done, Falcon? Very much so. Let's begin this trial. Okay, so let's remember what the friar said. Okay, select a statement. Yes. Okay, so... The friar said that the girl was approaching the police line at the time of the shooting. Now, as I recall, the main police line was at the entrance to Tuileries in the Place de la Concorde. That's around where we were raiding. But this incident didn't occur there. It was a good 50, maybe 100 meters away. So what? So what? It's a severe discrepancy in the friar's account of events. Maybe there was police line there, but it moved. Maybe the friar was mistaken and it was just a single officer. Does it really matter? Yes, it matters hugely. it impacts how we view the narrative of events. How exactly? Elaborate. Well, if it were just a single police officer, then it would be a more private confrontation, and well, yeah. Madame Beaumont scowls. Sorry, Falcon, I don't buy it. An innocent being killed by a policeman is an innocent being killed by a policeman. The friar got some details wrong, but the overarching crime remains. We must stay focused on that. Do we have another question about the police line? Okay, no, not right now. So what else do we have? We have the gun and point blank through the chest. Oh, but we know this is wrong. Pierre Ramos claimed that the girl was shot point blank in the chest. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know, I remember seeing the bullet wound for myself, but that's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It is an inaccuracy, but it's an irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot in the front or the back? Either way, a girl died at this pig's hands. It does matter. If the girl was shot from the front, then this might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly, but if she was shot in the back, then what? This could indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. No, that doesn't paint the inspector in a particularly flattering light, Falcon. Madame, you're missing the point. A shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy, professional attack. Therefore, this was not an ordinary police confrontation. You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police, started running away, and was shot in the back as she fled. That scenario isn't possible. If the girl were running away, then she would have been at least a couple of steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting, right? Right. But I know that the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun fired. They were standing that close? How could you possibly know that, Falcon? Well, there's this one, but he could have left that after he killed her, right? Well, anyway, let's try. We saw a bloody handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madame? Well, I assume any bloody stain would belong to the victim, a mark made with the girl's dying breath, perhaps. No, it was the print of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder, near her upper back. The angle and positioning of the print indicate that it could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm so certain that the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. I see, that's quite a theory. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand on the girl's clothing after she had already died. And if that's the case, then my suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. No, I'm still trying to work out the details. But I know that the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured and his hand was already covered in blood. You talk big about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with that baseless drivel. Well, where do we go from here? How does this handprint nonsense really affect the situation? Do you find something funny about this situation, Inspector? I do. This whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. But there was something particularly funny about that last exchange. You were both so focused on when and how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't have possibly left that mark. Oh, right, of course. Well, madame, what do you say to that? Maybe. The handprint came from an accomplice, or maybe it had nothing to do with the incident, or... It feels good to see someone else speculating wildly for a change. Okay, fine, I don't have a solid explanation. I must concede that it's possible, maybe even likely, that the person who left that mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say it, I must concede that the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. So that's it. The inspector is off the hook. No. There's still the matter of the incident at Les Halles. What incident is this? I know nothing about it. Ha! As if you don't know. A beggar rat was shot and killed in Les Halles a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Go on, Falcon. Explain the pig out of this one. Until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss, but I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. This was a false flag operation. False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon. Madame, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus? Not much, only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government around a month ago. That's a half-truth, madame. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police, but I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although I never managed to find definitive proof of this. Anyway, it turns out that my suspicion was well founded. He was recently apprehended, I think. You think? I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus's person just moments ago. An eye patch? Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There is only one plausible explanation. It is part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else. A disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar rat just to frame this police inspector? Exactly, madame. It's no coincidence that Freya Remus happened to find the very same inspector just as another murder occurred today. So Remus was in on it too? Two wolves working together to make this policeman look like a murderer. But why? Why would they do that? To rile you up, madame. To make you lust for violence. And if your actions today are anything to go by, I would say that they succeeded. Damn, I've been so stupid. How did I let myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? This trial is over. Go, Inspector. You're free. It's about time. You're letting him walk, madame? Of course, it would be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig. Falcon. Yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid, you're reckless, but you fought beak and talon for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect that you really aren't the Viridian killer at all. It certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. Inspector, if you're still hunting that villain, maybe you should speak with Renard Vulpes. When this is all over, I mean. I hear he's been doing some research into the Viridian killer. Maybe he knows something. Maybe I will. Madame, it appears that your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I'll relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff going until this blows over. Thank you, I appreciate that. All of you, stay out of trouble. Oh, I'm still worried about the duck. So, what happens now, madame? We're going to continue our protest, peacefully. We're going to stand here, chanting and shouting until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. It might take days, weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then... Well, look who returned. Madame, I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here unharmed. Why did you let him go? That's simple, Remus. We all had a discussion. And we came to the conclusion that I had been misled by a couple of wolves. Oh. How many lies have you fed me, Freya? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help your brother kill the beggar rat in Les Halles? Did you watch the girl die by the Place de la Concorde? Now that I think about it, even the croque-monsieur's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. I don't know what to think anymore. You know that this guy is a scumbag at least, madame. I say shoot him. Pierrot's right. We won't judge you for killing this man, madame. It's the least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead, madame. What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Do it. Falcon, you have proven yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say? This doesn't really fit with Falcon's personality, does it? Madame, you know what the right thing to do is. Show us what kind of leader you wish to be. You're right. I said that this will be a bloodless revolution, and I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf. Whoa, this is amazing. Completely unprecedented. You've buckled all of my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, Madame. Well done, Falcon. You have demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form. But unfortunately for both of you, I'm no pacifist. Everyone get down! Oh no. Suicide? Shooting himself in the head? What a loony. Hardly a surprise that the wolf would be too cowardly to face a real punishment. This isn't right. It's not the solution I wanted either, Falcon, but I can't say I'll mourn the friar's death. No, that's not what I meant. I meant that it doesn't make sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. And that comment of his, it was almost like, I think we need to get out of here, all of us. Oh, I clicked too fast. Falcon, what are you talking about? Yeah. Ah, that was a gunshot. Really close too. I can't afford to hesitate. It's me or them. Officer, hold your fire. No way. I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them. Oh no. It's me or them. Fire every cannon. Oh my dear. Yeah. It's pretty realistic as to how these things can actually escalate in real situations. Oh, no, no, no. Can anyone hear me? Piero? Fontaine? Hello? Anyone? I'm here, madame. Falcon? Heh, of all the people. I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper over seeing that dead girl? Or was it earlier when I shot that prosecutor? Or was it earlier still when I first listened to that monstrous friar in the first place? I've made a lot of mistakes. We've all made mistakes, madame. Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions. Can you move, madame? I don't think so. Give me a minute. I think I can clear some of this rubble. Okay, February 15th, Tuesday. Dear Monsieur Vulpes, I'm writing to you from the Dimiao Railway Express. Modern technology truly is amazing. I've decided to take your advice and have gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing to Britain, the Second Republic taking over, it's all crazy stuff. Anyway, before I left you asked if I knew what happened to Falcon. Well, I got my hands on a copy of the official police report and it says that Falcon died during the attack on the barricade. But it also says that the police didn't find a body. Same as Leonie Beaumont. Weird, huh? Rumor is that he was probably blown away by cannon fire, but that doesn't sound right to me. The Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. So in my opinion, he's still out there. It's possible, isn't it? Anyway, I should wrap this letter up because I'm about to reach my stop, Vienna. I'll let you know how Mademoiselle Signy's parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson. P.S. I see a person selling milliram strudel. What is it? Food. PBS delicious, that's what. Okay, so that was Aviary Attorney. Wow, it turned out completely different than what I expected. Lots of turn of events, and of course, depending on the decisions you make, the choices you make in conversations, and which buildings you decide to visit, or which areas you decide to visit, and so on, you can end up with different outcomes of the game. So there is some replayability in this. But it ended up darker than I expected. But on the other hand, it's a very funny game. I love all the little jokes and stuff, especially involving Sparrowson. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of it. Ooh, what now? You have reached the end of Route C, Fraternité. The ending you received was determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Oh, good to know. Try tackling the trial in the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney. Ah, but that was kind of nice for them to tell me where in the game I kind of made some decisions and that determined where we ended up. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys thought about it. And as always, thank you for watching. You take care and happy gaming!